Welcome to The Exclusive. I'm your host, Sharon Tharp. I wanted to hop on today with you guys as I got the cast in my email this morning, the Big Brother cast. We're very excited about it. I got to watch the cast videos, look at the bios, look at who we're working with this season. And I figured, you know what? Let me just walk you guys through it. Let me give you my first impressions. I just want to put it out there that I don't know these people. I've never met them. We have not seen them yet. So these are just based off first impressions of their video and what they look like and their bio or whatever. So let's go through it. We're going to start in alphabetical order. Let's bring it up. Let's see. Okay. First up, we have America. She's 27 from Texas, but currently lives in Brooklyn, and she's a medical receptionist.
Yeah. So I'm a huge BB super fan. I've been watching this for like the last 15 years. So I want to go into this playing the game that I personally love to watch. So I'm going to be in here lying, backstabbing, and blindsiding whoever I can whenever I get the chance.
Love that.
I plan to stay low at the beginning, just because I feel like that strategy has worked for past players. But I'm definitely just going to be the sweet, bubbly, charismatic person and try to get to know everybody and be genuine with them, and then lie to whoever I need to. I don't mind. I'm going to do whatever it takes to win the game. I have an Ivy League degree, so I'll definitely be keeping that from my fellow house guests. I just don't want to, come off as like the smarty pants and automatically be targeted because of it. So I'm going to keep that a secret.
Okay. America, first impressions. I liked all her answers. They were pretty much what I feel like you should be saying when you're asked these questions. She's a super fan. She wants to lie, backstab, blindside. Obviously, as fans, we love that. She wants to stay low at the beginning. She wants to be sweet and bubbly to kind of trick people. I think all of those are like great answers. It's just a matter of, can she follow through? So first impression, I like her. But let's move on to Blue. She's Blue Kim. She's 25. She's from Riverside, California, lives in New York, and she's a brand strategist.
I want to be on Big Brother because Big Brother requires two things: strategy and a social game, which honestly, I have both. And the money won't hurt.
Okay.
My strategy going into the game is lying about my job so they don't know I'm a strategist, winning the competitions, and playing a mean social game.
Okay. So that was Blue. First impression, obviously that video is very different. So I don't know if she was an alternate or she was swapped in late, but that's what it seems to be the case. Yeah, I wish she got a longer video because honestly, there's not much to say about that. I do think it's a little too on the nose to call yourself a strategist just because you're a brand strategist as a job. I feel like that's a little bit of a stretch. I'm not getting like the best vibes, but I really do blame it on her video. I feel like it's hard to tell based off 20 seconds. So we'll just move on. But the next house guest is Bowie. She's 45 she's the first house guest from Australia. She lives in LA and she's a DJ. So let's listen to that.
Big Brother right back from when it was on in Australia. We used to all sit around and watch it. It was a really big deal in Australia when it first came out. And obviously the audience voted, so it was a little bit different. This is much, much nastier in America, and it's definitely involves a lot more strategy. So, yeah, I'm excited to play the game because I've watched so many seasons. So, yeah.
What seasons?
So I have a few secrets which I will be keeping.
Oh, God.
My age, because I'm 45, but I never even think about my age, and I never tell people my age. So in the house, if anyone asks, I'm 34. Don't tell anyone, all right?
Why?
I'm also a lawyer, and I'm not going to be telling people that. So that is like how to get voted off, say you're a lawyer.
Being a lawyer, obviously, Joseph was a lawyer, Xavier was a lawyer. We've had lawyers. Yes, people can sometimes take that, I guess, as a threat, but fine, lie about that if you want, even though I just don't think lying about all these things is smart because you really have to keep up that lie for 100 days. Lying about being 45 and saying 34, like, I don't know. It just seems like a little bit of just lying to lie. I don't really understand that. She seems really sweet. She just is a little vague with her answers. Like she's a big fan, but doesn't say what seasons. A little vague with her strategy. So I don't have like super high hopes for her, but that's just, again, these are just my first impressions. So let's move on to Cameron. He's 34. He's from Georgia. He's a stay-at-home dad.
I am a huge super fan of Big Brother. I've lived to come into this house. Every season I live with my what if. I almost got it. I almost made it. I got it to this point. I've probably auditioned like 5 or 6 times. And finally getting into the house right now for the 25th season. I cannot tell you how special it is just to be sitting in these walls. I can't believe that my next 14 weeks is on the other side of that door right now. I cannot believe this. Strategy going into the Big Brother game is not to win too many competitions. Definitely not to win any soon. Not to lay too low as if I'm a floater, but to be right down the middle. I want to build connections with people and drive relationships forward.
Okay.
The only secret that I'm probably going to hold back from the house guests is how big of a fan of the show that I am. I'm going to have to downplay that a little bit as to not put a big target on my back.
Okay.
I don't necessarily know why being a super fan of Big Brother puts a target on your back, but it definitely does. People hold back that information, and I think I'm going to try to flirt the line between having actually understood the show in depth and being a super fan. It has definitely worked in a lot of people's favor, like Ian from season 14. He was a humongous fan of the show, and it actually worked in his favor.
I love when they throw a name.
I have an incredible knack for learning people very well. It's a salesman tactic, but more so, I just love connecting with people.
So first impressions of Cameron, I love that he's a super fan, and I love that he's actually auditioned five or six times. He seems honestly a little bit nervous, like a little shaky in the diary room there, but I think it's just he's excited. So that kind of gives me, I like that. I like someone who's excited to play and who is a fan who has auditioned. He said he didn't want to win too much, which I agree with, but I think that first HOH is just really important, and he didn't mention that, so I'm a little bit worried about that. And I kind of agree about keeping your fandom to a minimum, I guess, when you're in the house. Like, I think it's fine to say you watch the show, but yeah, you don't want to go out and say every single competition. So Cameron, he's kind of in the middle for me. Like, he can go both ways, but I'm really excited to see him in there since he is a big fan. But next up is kind of exciting is Corey. He's actually Zach from Survivor's younger brother. He's 21. He's from Florida. He's a college student. So I'm actually really excited to see this video.
I'm a super fan of this show, so being in the Big Brother house is more than a dream come true. After I leave this house, I'm going to have the opportunity to watch myself play the game 2 or 3 times, assuming it's a good season. I hope it is. So it's incredible. Every single part, diary room, HOH, veto, just sitting in the house lounging. I'm excited for all of it.
Cute.
I need to win this show just so I don't have the interview after the fact.
You have to interview anyway.
My strategy going into the game is pretty straightforward. I'm going to try to lower my threat level as much as I can. That being said, try to win the first HOH. If it doesn't happen, I'm entering full, I'm a child. Help, lead me. What do I do? Where do I go? I don't know how to do laundry. Do you know how to fold a shirt? Once I enter that mode, I think people will start looking at me as someone they can bring along, as opposed to someone who's going to be this massive force they need to oppose.
Interesting.
I would love to lie about my age, but I look closer to 15 than I do 25, so I think I'm just going to have to deal with that.
Self-awareness.
Otherwise, I think I'm going to go full honest.
Like it.
I think I'm going to win this season because I've got a lot of the skills needed, but not too many skills to come off as a massive threat. I'm smart, but I'm not a genius. I'm pretty athletic, but I'm not this hulking dude. I'm socially charismatic, but not a social butterfly. There's definitely people who dislike me. I've got everything I need, but not too much of anything.
I like these answers.
I'm going to win this game because I'm simply built for it. 5'7", 140 pounds, face 9, body 6, IQ through the roof.
He's hilarious.
I think I'm in pretty good shape for this game. and I think you all will see.
Okay. Is that, yeah. I like Corey. I'm not trying to be biased because I do like Zach as well. And Zach's a friend, but listen, this guy, he's funny, he's self-aware, he knows that he's like good at some things, not good at others. I just think he gets it. And so I don't want to like get my hopes up too high, but like I feel pretty good about him. I'm a little worried, like I don't want him to fall into, oh, he's just like the little brother of the house, and maybe he, can come off like annoying to people. I don't know. Or he could be the little brother of the house and people like coddle him and want to like bring him in. So it could go a couple ways. I think the first HOH will be huge, and see where he kind of fits in. But I actually really like Corey. I'm into it. I know people are going to be like, oh, but he's just Zach's brother, so that's why you like him. But like that was a good video. Like, let's be real here. But let's move on to Felicia. She's 63, which I believe is the oldest woman to ever play the game. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm sure you will. She's from Washington and she lives in Georgia, and she's a real estate agent.
Well, I know my age and experience is going to be an advantage for me. I'm hoping it's not looked at as a disadvantage to the 20 and 30 somethings in the house. But I genuinely connect with younger people relatively easy, very easy. My son is 24, and so I don't think I'll have a relationship problem unless somebody just says she's old and we need somebody to go out first, so let's just pick her.
Oh,
Aside from that, I think I'll be able to establish a rapport with everybody in the house, and they may look at me as their go-to person.
that'd be nice.
Again, my strategy is to, one, be my authentic Felicia, build relationship, build trust, and then from there, wherever the game takes me, it takes me.
Yeah, we didn't get much from Felicia, but I like her energy. I do see what she's saying about being worried about, she's the older woman of the house. Will she just kind of be like an easy vote for people? I hope that's not the case. She says she can connect with younger people. I hope that's true, because I do think sometimes, unfortunately, age does play a factor. Sometimes these, they get thrown in pretty easily. But yeah, not much to go off with her. Good energy, but yeah, not really much to go off. So we're going to move on to Hassam, which I hope I'm pronouncing correctly. He's 45. He's from Minnesota, lives in Washington. He's a geriatric physician. So let's listen to him.
The reason I wanted to be in the Big Brother house was that I work with older adults every day, and you are not guaranteed another day. And if you live to be 100 years old, you only get 36,500 days to live. And most people only live into their 70s, which is around 27,000 days. And I wanted to make sure that every day that I lived mattered and counted, and I was living it to its full potential and going on adventures and experiencing new things.
Okay.
Yeah, so my strategy for the Big Brother game is to find someone who's conscientious and agreeable to be my ride or die. I want them to be someone who is good at keeping their emotions in check, and someone who's intelligent at sort of maneuvering strategically. Then the two of us will sort of maneuver to create two factioning groups that basically get split while we sort of live in the middle, and then are able to sway the vote based upon the dynamics of what is happening, never allowing either side to get too powerful.
Okay.
And I think that one of the problems that has happened in past seasons is people ride or die is not that competitive and not that good at winning. And then you watch the two of them sort of like fumble at the end. And that is not my plan.
Yeah, I agree that you need someone competitive with you, but some of the other answers just, about all these like cute kind of ideas about an alliance and creating two factions, that might be too much. That's giving me Devin Shepard vibes, like too many cute things going on. But I agree, you have to find a ride or die. I think that's a good strategy. I just worry about the rest of it. But we're going to speed along to Izzy. She's 32. She lives in New York, and she's a professional. It says flutist. I thought you pronounced it flautist. And I actually played the flute, so I should know this, but I do not. But yeah, let's listen to Izzy.
You're a woman, and I think that representation hasn't really been at the fullest in Big Brother. And so I want to be a strong, powerful representation for my queer community, and that feels really important to me. I am a huge fan of the show, but the little fun fact is I only started watching the show in January of 2023. But I have seen almost every season twice now in that time.
How is that
So I'm a huge
possible?
fan.
How is that
As a
possible?
musician outside the house, I think it's really important for my game inside the house to crescendo. I want to start low and just observe people and fit in socially. And then towards the end, I can turn on that comp beast and win, and no one will see it coming. I don't plan on keeping any secrets about my personal life from the house guests,
Good.
because
I love it.
absolutely cannot keep up the lie. And I don't want to step in it. I'm going to do enough foot in my mouth throughout the season as it is.
I love that.
I think I'm going to win Big Brother because when I walk into a room, all eyes tend to go on me. And I think people find me pretty disarming. I think everyone's guards are going to be down. They're going to tell me their secrets. I'm going to have all the information in the house, and I'm going to use it to my advantage.
Okay. Like the energy. I like that she admitted that she hasn't watched the show. Like, she started watching this year. I like when people are honest about that. Yeah, nothing sticks out as like a red flag. Like, she can do well. And I like that she's not keeping secrets. We don't need to go in there and just like fake a secret. But next up we have Jag. He's 25. He's from Washington, and he's a truck company owner.
I think representing my Sikh community is so important to me. I wear a turban. This is how I represent myself every day. So to come to the show, be who I am, represent not only myself, but my family, my people, my community means the world to me. Yeah, I mean, there's so many different reasons. I'm a huge fan, so I genuinely would enjoy playing the game, or I think I would. Like, from the outside, it seems so much fun. You see people that actually form genuine friendships with each other. I'm super competitive, and I love any sports, board games, like anything that has a competitive edge to it. And Big Brother is literally one huge game and competition. The piece we talked about being the first Sikh Punjabi on the show is huge for me. And then also, let's not forget, we're playing for money here. So if I get, I'm really just trying to make it all the way to the end and get that 750K as well. So there's so many reasons. It's like, well, why not go apply for the show,
Okay. Love that.
Here's the thing. I feel like at the end of the day, this is a game, and everyone that is a house guest knows it's a game. So, we're going to get blood on our hands, and I'm willing to do what it takes to go to the end. What I want to do is, as much as I can, keep myself safe and have some close allies that I can take with me to the end too. It's not a lone wolf game that I'm going to play. I'm not going to make it to the end that way. So as much as I can, be loyal to my closest allies. That's how I build trust. I think it's good for jury management too, staying loyal to some folks. But obviously there's going to be lying. There's going to be deception. There's going to be backdooring. All of that is natural for a game of Big Brother, and it's something that I've just come to terms with. Yeah, so I talked about playing a social game, which is important for me. Winning competitions when I need to. I'm not afraid to get blood on my hands. And the biggest thing is in being social and sort of being I usually have this personality as the jokester, or just, I'm just super social with other people. I have charisma. I want people to think that I'm airheaded or don't really know what's going on. But really, I'm a secret genius. And I want to keep that under the wraps so that people don't know and they don't think that it's smart to get me out. But once they're out, it's going to be too late. And once they realize that I was, playing everything behind the scenes, they'll only have Julie Chen Moonves to talk about it with.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to tell them my occupation either. So I'm an entrepreneur. I own a gas truck company. I also do real estate, and I'm a realtor. I feel like some of those professions are easy to pin as cutthroat or super driven, or might have some negative connotations that might paint a target on my back. What I'm going to tell everyone is that I'm a substitute teacher and a Special Olympics coach, which is true. It's just a partial truth because I don't want to share everything else that I do.
Okay, so with Jag, I kind of can see, as long as if he's lying about his occupation, as long as it's something he actually has done before, like that's fine. I liked his answers. His energy was good. It's positive, seems like a positive person. You know, maybe he seems almost like too pure for the game. Like I almost worry, again, this is first impressions. I almost worry how cutthroat he can be just because he seems so sweet. But, you know, this is a first impression, so that could totally be wrong. But like the energy, I hope he does well. The next house guest is really exciting because if you watch Survivor, you obviously know Cirie Fields, and this is her son. So a lot of people wanted Cirie on Big Brother, and she actually told me she wanted to play Big Brother. Well, little did we know, she has her son coming in here, and the poor kid, he's 25. He's like a spitting image of his mother to me. So like, I don't know if we have some Survivor fans in the house, but I don't know if he's going to reveal that. Let's watch the video. But he's an exterminator and he's from Connecticut.
Everything being thrown my way. I really don't know what to expect just because Big Brother is such an elaborate game. I know that they got some stuff coming for us for the 25th. So I'm the youngest brother of 11. I can prove to America that
11?
I am the big brother. Not only to America, but to the 11 other guys who swear they're my older brothers. Oh yeah, I'm a pretty big fan for sure. Yeah, like I'm right under that bar that meets Superfan. Superfan will probably beat me in a test, but I think I'll be able to hold my own for sure.
I like he admitted that.
Julie's got this thing about her. I don't know what it is, but I've watched a lot of shows in my life, and Julie has this thing that my mom likes to call the it factor, right? And
Your mom?
no one can explain it, but Julie, you got it.
Mom reference.
So my strategy for the game is to be fluid, be like water, respect and accept all walks of life, and try not to make such a presence for yourself until it's needed.
Okay, Cirie taught him that, clearly.
So my strategy is to minimize my presence as much as possible unless it's needed. I don't want to paint targets by having a showmance. I don't want to paint target on my back by winning too many challenges. Hell, I don't want to even fart too loud so people dislike me in the morning.
Oh God. Okay.
Going into this house, I'm not telling anyone who my mom is. Imagine you hearing on a basketball court that you're playing against LeBron's son. You would think that he has the most game ever, and you wouldn't take that chance. So there's four. I'm not taking a chance. My mom is basically the Michael Jordan of Survivor. So there's no way that I'm telling anyone in this game who she is.
Okay.
I think I have what it takes to be the big brother because I'm willing to adapt, man, and I have it in me to win. I don't lose. It's not in my nature to lose. By nature, I'm a winner, and I know that I'm very good at maneuvering people, so I believe that I can do that to the end for sure.
Apologies for all the weird pauses. This is just how they sent the videos to us, but at first glance, I mean, he's adorable. He's good energy. He clearly, you know, his mom has probably taught him some things about how to stay under the radar. You know, he says he's not going to say, obviously, who his mom is. You know, we have Zach's brother in there. I have to imagine, I don't know. He looks like Cirie to me. I mean, will Corey sniff him out? Maybe. Or, you know what? I would love to see them team up, you know? Like, I'm not saying there was pre-gaming, but two Survivor connections in there. I think, you know, that might be, that could either be bad or good. Let's be real. If you want to move along, the next person is Kirsten. She's 25 from Orlando, and she's a molecular biologist.
The opportunity, and I deserve to win. I came to this country as a little girl, chasing the American dream with my family, and I've seen them work and struggle, and for that reason, I took myself from somewhere where we didn't really have a lot to having everything that I need to get by. I think right now it's more important to me to help those who are around me get to okay places and be able to live a happier and more comfortable life here in America. So I definitely want to help my family members and some people overseas who don't have some of the stuff that we have here. I always watched Big Brother a little bit as a kid, and I just thought it was so funny seeing people in the diary room saying whatever they wanted to say on national TV. You know? My strategy going into Big Brother is aligning with the strong people right off the bat. I need a strong alliance out of the gate, and we're going to steamroll the other alliances.
Not fun to watch, but okay.
The one thing I'm going to keep a secret from the house guest is my background as a cell and molecular biologist. I'm going to tell them I'm a swimsuit designer because I don't need them knowing that I'm too smart. I don't need a target on my back. I'm already cute.
She is.
There's two things you need to win Big Brother: perseverance and persistency. And I'm going to win season 25 because I got both. I'm going to be the winner of Big Brother season 25 because I don't take no for an answer. I never give up. And I'm 10 steps ahead of everyone's game. They won't even know it.
Okay. I would say good. And there's a couple like red flags. I feel like her answers were like little sound bites that maybe she said throughout the audition process that are very like picture perfect. And again, when people have those kinds of answers, like it sounds great, but it does worry me about how they're actually going to execute them. I do think, you know, she's a molecular biologist, so she's clearly smart. She's going to say she's a swimsuit designer. Do I think that's going to make a huge difference? Probably not, but like I don't think it's the worst thing. I hope she actually has designed swimsuits. But yeah, the next contestant is Luke. He's 30 from Florida, and he's an illustrator.
So my whole goal in getting into the Big Brother house is it again, it seems so fun. It seems like such a life-changing time. It's a test of strength. It's a test of your ability to socialize and play mind games. But I mean, the money's also kind of tempting as well. It's quite a bit of life-changing money.
I love when they mention money. Yes.
So to be a starving artist, you really got to learn how to cut corners to maintain a hold of your dream. If I don't want to work a day job, I want to be able to stay painting all day, then I've really got to get smart with it. I got to get crafty, figure out how to make my money work for me. And ultimately, if I can manage to get $750,000, it's going to make that dream a lot more attainable. So my strategy going into the Big Brother game is to be the friendly guy, the lovable guy. You know, maybe I'm a little dense, maybe I'm a bit of a himbo, but behind that persona, there's a bit of cunning, there's a bit of planning, there's something going in there where I need to really be on my toes at all times, because even though we'll all be friends, and I'm very genuine in this regard, there's gonna be some backstabbing, there's gonna be some deceit. This is a game of deceit, deception. First thing I'm going to hide from people is my horoscope. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm a fire sign. We're unpredictable. What? We're crazy. You don't know what's going to happen next.
Okay.
I'm most worried people in the house are going to think I'm too crazy to predict. You got to have the element of surprise on you. It's very important in this game.
Okay.
I'm going to win Big Brother because I'm going to throw everyone off balance. I'm a fish out of water everywhere I go, but I've been so used to it, I've grown legs.
All right. I don't know about Luke. I didn't do any research or like look at any cast spoilers or anything like that, but this guy's giving me kind of like Kyle vibes from last season, like TikTok cool guy vibes, which again, first impression, I don't know him. He seems sweet, but I feel like he's in over his head a little bit. I'm not sure how well he knows the game. He doesn't really reference, you know, being a fan. I like that he talks about the money because it means he cares and wants to win. Yeah, I don't know about him, guys. Well, next up is Matt. He's 27. He's from California but lives in Louisiana, and he's a Deaf Olympics gold medalist.
To be on the Big Brother, I really wanted to take on the challenge and the venture it has. Just watching it before, growing up a bit, and knowing I could put myself in these situations and these challenges, and I think I could do very well in all aspects of the Big Brother, and I want to put myself to the test.
The Big Brother.
I would say I'm a pretty decent fan of Big Brother. I've watched a couple seasons. Haven't had time to watch a lot because I have a very rigorous training program to do, so I don't have much free time. But when I have free time, I'm watching Big Brother. I think on the challenges that I would do really well are obviously going to be the physical ones, just kind of the very active ones. I think we all know what my weakness ones will be. It's definitely be the ones where you got to listen a lot, because that's my weakness for sure, big time. Honestly, my strategy has been going kind of back and forth. There's a lot of ways I can go about this. There's definitely a lot of plays you can do. I think right now my main focus is going to be
try and win the first HOH so that people come to me to make the alliances so I don't have to worry about that. But I'm also, if I try and go for that, don't burn too many bridges right away and kind of float a little bit, but not too much where I'm not doing anything. But I don't want to get in anyone's way to become a threat. So I don't want to win every challenge I see possible. So I'm going to have to hold myself back a little bit on all those challenges I really want to win because then I'll make myself a threat right away. I get into the house, I'm definitely not going to let anyone know my little secret, which is lip reading. I can read anyone's lips from far away or up close, and I'm not going to let them know that because that's going to be a huge advantage for me.
Okay.
I think I'll win Big Brother this season because of all the challenges I've had growing up, whether it's through swimming, disabilities, social game, all of that put together. It's going to be really good on Big Brother, and it's going to show.
All right. I mean, I like him. He seems like sweet. My issue or my concerns are that he's a little bit all over the place with his strategy. Like he wants to win, but he wants to float. It's a little confusing. I do agree. Winning the first HOH usually is a good thing rather than a bad thing. Yeah. He seems a little, he reminds me of a mix of Tyler Crispin and like Travis from BB23, like that kind of vibe. So he doesn't seem like a big fan, but he kind of admits that. But who knows? He can be a student of the game. He can learn as he goes along. For the next contestant is Nicole, which I hope I'm pronouncing correctly. She's 30. She's from Missouri, but she lives in Maryland, and she is a political consultant.
I mean, me wanting to play the Big Brother game is a combination of the fact of watching Xavier and Taylor walk away with the grand prize show me that it is possible for African American players to not only go far in this game, but to also win. I also got married, which is really expensive, so $750,000 doesn't sound too bad. And let's be honest, a 1 in 15 chance at $750,000, when else am I ever going to have those odds in my life? If I'm going to bet on anybody, I'm going to bet on me.
Fair.
Listen, I just got married a little over a month ago, and my husband expected me to bring home the bacon. I didn't blow up my life to be here to play somebody else's game. I came here to play my game, and I'm going to walk away with that $750,000. I'm going to play this game like a politician. I'm going to shake your hand. I'm going to kiss your baby. I'm going to smile in your face.
Kiss your
when you
baby.
least expect it, I'm going to stab you in the back and take all your money.
Oh my God, that was a great quote.
I'm going to win this game because I am the full package. I'm a mixture of Tiffany, Xavier, Brittany, Janelle, with a little bit of Tyra Banks.
Okay, which Brittany? We need to clarify that. But I like her. She's a little spicy, you know. I think it could go both ways in the house, but she seems to be there for the money, which is always important because I think later people like get, you know, they make friends, they lose sight of like, hey, you can win a lot of money here. Playing like a politician, that was a funny little clip. Again, that could go either way. But at first glance, you know, she seems nice. I want to know which Brittany she's talking about because we have some variations in those. But next up is Red. His name is Red. He's 37 from Tennessee, and he works in sales.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest, I wouldn't call myself a super fan.
Okay.
I've only watched about 8 or 9. I watched it when it first came out, and I watched it pretty religiously with my family because back then, you know, we didn't have TiVo or nothing
Back
like
then.
that. When it come on, the family gathered around, you pop the popcorn. Big Brother and Survivor was what's going to be on TV, and you know, you sat in with your family to do it. Now you got all this streaming and such like that. So for me, I stay busy. I stay outside. Doing that kind of thing. So TV is just something I watch of an evening. So I had recently got back into watching Big Brother, and I'm definitely a big fan, but I wouldn't call myself a super fan. I classify a super fan as somebody who knows all the ins and the outs, you know, that is writing things down and, you know, over preparing for the thing. I'm one of them people who likes to basically fly by the seat of my pants.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to the Big Brother house. It's pretty much an open book. I may not tell people my initial profession right out of the gate, just as far as a salesperson, just because I think sales are associated with, you know, a little bit of a conniving manipulation and that kind of thing. So I may go in there with a little bit of different profession than what I might go in. And I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to let them know how old I am yet.
Guys, we don't need to lie about the age. We don't. First impression, he kind of is he like Donnie meets cornbread, like something in the middle of that? He seems sweet. He has this long beard. He watched some seasons. actually, I watched part of the video and he does mention Survivor. So I don't know if he watches Survivor, but that could be a concern for Jared and Corey. But I don't know. He doesn't seem like, he admits he's not, huge into TV. So open book, might hide his profession. I don't know why we're hiding professions, guys. I really don't. Our last house guest is Riley. She's 24. She's from Maine. She lives in Tennessee, and she is a bartender. Let's listen to hers.
Fan of Big Brother. I always have been. My family dedicates like a whole summer to this show. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's very intense in my house. I just love the show. I love the concept. Just, it's so exciting and fun and just a really good thing to watch and see people do. And I just have always wondered what it would be like to be a part of it. And now I'm here and I cannot wait. I think my strategy going into this house is just really going to be embracing my situational awareness and just keeping my head on a swivel, staying on my toes, because you really never know what to expect. And I feel like when you make a plan to do something, it oftentimes doesn't really turn out how it's supposed to. So I think just adapting to whatever's happening in front of me, it's ever changing, and not floating are going to be my two big key strategies here in the Big Brother house. So I don't really have a secret to keep. I'm pretty much an open book, and honestly, even if I was to keep a secret, I would probably accidentally blurt it out anyways. I like to talk. So no, I don't think so. I think I'm gonna be pretty open.
I love the self-awareness.
I think that I bring a certain flavor that is not so commonly seen on here. I think that I just have a lot to me that a lot of people just don't know, and I'm excited to share that with the house guests and with America. And I definitely am kind of all over the place. I'm a natural born spaz. And I just think my life in general, I feel like I should have my own TV show sometimes, because everything is all over the place and crazy, but it's gonna be great now. You guys get to watch.
Oh my God.
I might be crying, at one point, and then rolling around in the mud, and you never know with me.
Fine.
So I think it's just all brand new. This is like a totally crazy, once in a lifetime type of situation where you're just kind of planted in this isolated house with random strangers, and you're just, you just have to figure it out. And so that's one of those things that's like super uncomfortable, but at the same time, it's like I'm super used to being in uncomfortable situations and just embracing it and figuring it out. So I think we'll be okay.
She said a lot. I'm trying to remember everything she said. She gives me a little bit. Are we seeing like Ashley BB14 meets Christy BB21 vibes? Sorry, I keep like mashing players together, but that's what I'm seeing. She's a huge fan, has watched with her family. I can relate to that. She doesn't want to float, which is interesting because, sometimes floating can be good, but she didn't say anything about competition. So if you're not floating, are you winning competitions? I don't know. She could go either way. She's very bubbly, which I like, but yeah, like she can also just be kind of like Ashley BB14, like there, but not really, maneuvering the game much. But overall, it's a very eclectic cast. I'm excited about it. There's a few meh in there, like a few like I'm not sure about. People like Blue, I would have loved to seen a little bit more from, but it's not her fault. She had a really short video. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's someone named Red, there's someone named Blue, and there's someone named America in there, which is definitely not a coincidence. Now, what does that mean? We don't know. Maybe they're team captain. So that's obviously something. But yeah, that's the cast, guys. I think overall, I'm very excited. I got a little hyped, watching this. I like that they threw in a few casting twists because, casting Corey and Jared, it doesn't affect the game, but it still makes it fun for people who do watch other CBS shows. So I always like that. Okay, so that's the cast. Thank you guys for listening. We'll be back this week with more podcasts, but for now, definitely follow me at Sharon Tharp. Follow the podcast at Exclusively Pod, which is the same as it is on YouTube. And be sure to leave a 5-star review if you like my coverage. And I will see you guys later in the week.